Stay with me. I'm making Donairs. I'm from the East Coast, I have to. But this time we're taking them up a notch. No foil wrappers, no loud music, no debit cards. Just spicy meat, fresh tomatoes, green onions, and of course, that sauce. The donair dates back to ancient Greece or Turkey when it was called the kebab or the doner kebab. The Halifax donair dates back to the early 70s, just like me. And now it is the pride and joy of the late night Halifax food scene. So it is my civic duty to pay homage to the donair. I'm going to start with the meat. I am using beautiful, thinly sliced flat lamb. The traditional donair is a beef donair. It's kind of a meatloaf of sorts, but I love lamb, and I imagine in Turkey and Greece, they love lamb as well. To the flat lamb, we are going to add some za'atar, which is a Middle Eastern spice mix. It varies from family to family, village to village, but this one definitely has some lemon thyme in it. Marjoram, sumac, maybe some sesame seeds in there. It's just such an aromatic blend. Delicious with lamb. A little olive oil for the lamb and for the grill. Of course, use your barbecue if that's available. Lots of sea salt. Meat definitely needs to be seasoned. And pepper. And then toss it all together. You can marinate the lamb ahead of time. You could even freeze it marinated. So when it defrosts, it is ready to go. I love it when I manage to pull that off at home. It's definitely one of those thank you, Lindsay moments. Okay. Grill this up. What makes a donair a Halifax donair is the sweet, creamy white sauce that drips on everyone's shoes. Start with evaporated milk, the kind that comes in the can, not sweet condensed milk, evaporated milk, a little sugar, garlic salt. I have to say, it's not my favorite ingredient, but it is essential in this sauce. I've tried to use fresh garlic, pureed garlic, finely chopped garlic. It's just not the same. So embrace the 70s and use garlic salt. And then last but not least, some white vinegar. Slowly add this last. Some sort of chemical reactions happening in here. The magic is taking place. It's thickening up. Leave it to rest for a little while. Refrigerate it if you can for up to an hour. And flip this gorgeous lamb. The last time I had a donair late at night, I could hear salt and peppers push it, emanating from the bar next door, if that dates me at all. Let your lamb just crisp up. You want crispy edges on the meat inside the pita. It's essential. The toppings on the donair are a little different than the ones I'm going to use. Usually, it's just some raw onion, which is a little harsh for some. So I'm going to soften it with green onion. Perhaps sacrilege, but it's my donair. Parsley's up next. Usually curly. We're going to go with Italian flat leaf. So fancy. And tomatoes, raw chopped tomatoes, again, is the norm. But I love roasting my tomatoes, and I use them in all sorts of things. And the way I do it is select a beautiful plum tomato and just sprinkle it with equal parts salt, sugar, and pepper. Nice, generous sprinkle. And you place the tomatoes on a sheet of parchment paper. and put them in a low oven, about 275, for about 2 to 3 hours, and eventually they will look just like this. This tomato was once this size. You just reduce down and all the juices and the flavor just become condensed into these gorgeous little sun-dried or oven-dried tomatoes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 of my previously dried tomatoes, turn off the meat. It's looking crispy and gorgeous. Slice these guys up. And I think we are ready to pull it all together. I'd like to say that we are using China tonight, but you have to embrace the tin foil with the Donair. And I'll tell you why soon enough. Nice pieces of lamb. Use your tongs, just like the guy in the restaurant. And last but not least, the famous white Donair sauce. Give it one last little whisk. And spoon it on as much or as little as you'd like. Looks quite good if I do say so myself. Wrap it up like a cone. Pretty sure there's some sort of rolling technique that I haven't quite mastered yet. Now, I said I wasn't going to use tin foil, but after careful research, I have learned that the incredibly drippy Donair will still drip even with tin foil. So you might as well have it to catch what you can. 2 a.m. or a gourmet meal with friends, the Donair is the perfect meal. Here come the drips. Watch your sneakers. A Halifax classic, just made Lindsay style. So good. And the good thing is that I'll even remember this tomorrow. That was a naughty thing to say. It had to be done. The Donair all fixed up and presentable. It could practically meet your mother. Trust me, Donairs. And last but not least, autumn fruit poached in white wine. Grab a bowl and join me at the table.